Hey guys, I am Pixel Dan, and today we're going to be checking out the Masters of the Universe Revelation Man-at-Arms from the Masterverse series. So this particular version of Man-at-Arms is inspired by the way he appeared in the Revelation series. However, this is based on the original Man-at-Arms look, not how he appeared in most of the series. So let's dive in and check him out. Of course, he comes in the standard window box packaging, complete with some beautiful artwork wrapping around the box by the talented Eamon O'Donoghue. And as we get Man-at-Arms outside of the packaging, we can bring in the tape measure to see that he stands just at 7 inches tall to fit in with the rest of the figures in the line. So I do find it a bit odd that they chose to go with this original look for Man-at-Arms rather than the look that he had for most of the series. Now, honestly, that's not a complaint per se. I do think this is a really great looking figure. Obviously, it's an iconic look. It's my preferred look for Man-at-Arms, but with most of the figures in this line kind of being modeled after the way the characters looked for the majority of the show, it's interesting that Man-at-Arms doesn't really match up. For example, he doesn't really match up with the Tila. But we're going to go and take a look at him. He's rocking the classic orange armor. One of the things that I like is that they added the fur around the arm portions of the armor. Really has kind of that 2000X vibe to it, which is very cool. I love the two-tone paint you can see on the helmet there. So there's some nice metallic blue that's outlining it, as well as going down the stripe in the middle there. We've also got some orange on there as well. Same with the armor itself. Nice two-tone orange paint deco on there that looks really nice. We have the armor that comes down on the left arm, just like on the classic toy, and much like they did for the Origins line, they separated that armor into two different pieces, and they are just strapped onto the arm. So that will cause it to be a little loose sometimes. It'll wobble around as you're posing the figure, but the good news is that it doesn't hinder any of the articulation. It doesn't get in the way. It is, of course, removable as well if you want to pop that off of there. You'll have to pull the hand off to remove this piece off of the forearm, and then we've got a strap we can undo for the bicep. And the bicep one is the one that gets the most loose, but honestly, it's not so bad. It actually works out pretty good. You can always get it in the right spot for the way you want to pose the figure. The armor itself is made of a more pliable plastic, but it looks really, really good. It can also be removed classic Masters of the Universe style if you want to pop it off there. He does just have the standard body underneath, the same that He-Man does, but it is molded in the green plastic to match the bodysuit that he wears under his armor there. So the same could be said for the loincloth piece and the legs. They all match the He-Man figure before. I do really like the dry brushing added to the little straps on the boots. I think that looks really nice, having that green on there. And then we do have the armor piece over the left leg as well. This is a really nice looking Man-at-Arms figure. I think through and through, the colors look really good. The paint looks nice and clean. I think it's a great sculpt. The face there does a good job of capturing the animated look of Man-at-Arms. Love that big bushy mustache. So yeah, he's a pretty great looking figure all around. Articulation wise, it is the same as what you've seen on the rest of the figures in this line, with a ball joint for the head, so there's a pretty good range of motion there. The arms go outwards. You can see that the shoulders armor there will kind of come up over his body armor, so again, doesn't really hinder the armor, motion there whatsoever. Arms can move forwards and backwards. You can swivel at the bicep. You do have double joints at the elbows. This might be a place where the strap gets in the way just a little bit, but still good range of motion there. Swivel at the wrist, hinge at the wrist. The torso there in the midsection rolls all the way around. We can also turn at the waist. Legs can go outwards. They can move forwards, backwards. Swivel at the thigh there. Double joints at the knee. Swivel at the boot cut. And then the ankles can move up and down and rock side to side. And I'm happy to say that Man-at-Arms has nice tight articulation all the way around on this guy. So he is really, really solid. He does come with some interchangeable hands, which is something we've seen on a lot of these figures here. So right now I've got him with like a gripping hand and an open hand. Of course, he's got alternate gripping and open hands, so you can just swap those out if you want to. We've also got closed fists if you want to do the closed fist look. If you want to do this, it's very simple, just to kind of pop the hand out of socket there. You've got the little peg, and you can easily just pop the new hand in its place. And for his accessory, he does come with his classic club. So this is just molded in the solid color orange that sort of matches the armor there. Doesn't really look like there's any extra paint deco on there. It is nice and solid though. It's a very sturdy feeling weapon, and his gripping hands do a really good job of holding onto it, and it's nice and tight. It's not like wobbly in his hands or anything like that. Yeah, you can kind of see this armor on the bicep kind of rolling around there like I was talking about. But yeah, look at that. He holds onto the weapon pretty good. I think the articulation is really nice. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with this one. All right, guys, it's comparison time. Let's go ahead and stand this new Revelation Man-at-Arms alongside all the other Man-at-Arms releases, just to kind of show you the similarities and the differences and how this new one matches up with all of the previous versions. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the Masterverse Man-at-Arms action figure. So aside from the fact that they went with this classic look and it doesn't really match up with a lot of the more modern takes on the characters we've seen through the Masterverse line, I still think this is a really solid figure. I mean, this is a pretty good Man-at-Arms figure. He's got a bit of an animated appearance, but it does a good job of capturing the look of the animation. I love all of that paint deco. The metallic highlights are a really nice touch. So all in all, I find this one to be a really nice version of the character. So this figure is shipping with the current assortment of Masterverse action figures. I ordered mine from BigBadToyStore.com. So happy hunting, my friends, and until next time.